Today's story is of a servant who has an affair with a king's wife. And when the king finds out about this, he hides his identity to save his life and goes to a church to work. But he didn't know that the nuns of this church, who look religious, actually their lives are full of very difficult and strange desires. And after coming here, something starts happening to him which not only changes his life, but also the life of all the nuns. So at the beginning of the story, we see a sister named Fernanda who is coming towards the church from the middle of the jungle, holding her donkey. After reaching the church, the other sister named Ginevra comes and asks her, "Where were you last night?" Fernanda says, "As usual, my donkey ran away last night, and it was morning while I was looking for it." Ginevra says, "I lock the gate every day. Then how does it run away every night?" Both were talking that the church's gardener Lurko passes by and says good morning to her. But in return, both start scolding her and drive her away. Now in the next scene, all the sisters go to the church and pray for the morning. After which the superior sister Maria asks Fernanda, "Where were you last night?" To which she says, "Yesterday my donkey ran away again and I went to catch it." Hearing this, Sister Maria says nothing. Now the reason for this donkey to run away again and again is something else, which we will find out later. On the other hand, we see another sister named Alessandra, who is sitting in her room and sewing. She was very sad because she did not want to stay in the church and wanted to go out and live her life well. On the other hand, we see Sister Ginevra, who is talking to Sister Maria. Then she sees a picture in a book in which something strange was written about the method. Seeing this, she is a little surprised and reads some lines and keeps the book. At the same time, Sister Alessandra's father comes to meet her and both start talking. Her father says, "I am looking for a good boy for you. But the problem is that whoever gets a good boy, he starts asking for a lot of dowry." On this, Alessandra says, "If you reduce the donation in the church, then maybe the dowry money will be arranged." But her father says, "This will not be right. You do not worry and focus on your career, whether you are married or not, but you will be able to live a better life." Hearing this, Alessandra becomes very sad because she wanted to marry and live a good and beautiful life. The next day, we see the three sisters together who are taking their woven clothes. Alessandra tells her father's conversation to both sisters, hearing which she also becomes sad. Then she sees Lurko there, who is looking at her with strange eyes while doing something. But seeing this, the three of them get angry at her and come inside to vent their anger and start throwing her things. And even if she does not feel like it, she beats her. On the other hand, we see the church's Father Tommaso, who goes out to take the woven clothes of the sisters to the market. On the way, Lurko meets him and says, "Forgive me, Father, now I do not want to work in this church." On this, the father explains to him that nothing like this will happen from now on. But Lurko does not believe and leaves from there. After this, we see a landlord named Lord Bruno in a house a few miles away from the church, who is talking to his wife Francesca while eating. But Francesca's attention is on his servant Macedo, and Macedo is also looking at his mistress. Seeing both of them, it seemed that there was something going on between them. Then at night, we see that Francesca and Macedo have finished a round in bed. Francesca says, "My husband cannot make me happy, just keeps talking about his pride and glory." After this, both of them start getting ready for the second round. Just then, hearing Bruno's voice in the room, Macedo tries to jump out of the window and run away. But Bruno comes and sees him from behind, and following him, he goes to all the servants' houses. But Macedo first reaches and pretends to sleep. After this, Bruno starts checking all the servants to see whose heartbeat is fast. And while checking, when he comes to Macedo, he doubts that this is the servant. But because of the darkness, he cannot recognize him, so he cuts some of his hair so that in the morning he will know who is the one who did this. But as soon as Bruno leaves, Macedo gets up and cuts some of his colleagues' hair as well. In the morning, Bruno stands in line with all the servants and starts checking one by one. But everyone's hair is a little cut, so he cannot understand who that man was. Still, he understands that whoever he is very smart. Then, threatening everyone, he says that if I catch him, his job is done. Then he cuts all the servants' hair and makes them shorter. Now the next day, when Francesca and Bruno sit down to eat, Bruno warns his wife that whatever you did was not right. "I know that you are also involved in all this. If I find that servant once, I will kill you along with him." But Francesca is not afraid of Bruno at all and says that you will not be able to do anything like this. Meanwhile, Bruno sees his wife and Macedo pointing at him and understands that he is Macedo's servant. Then we see Macedo working. And there is also Francesca who comes to Macedo and tries to forcefully bring in involved with him. But this time Bruno sees him from a distance and gets angry and tells his men to catch Macedo and bring him him to me." Macedo also saw that Bruno has seen everything, so he starts running away from there to save his life. And Bruno's men also follow him, but they can't catch him. After running away from the forest, Macedo sees Father Tommaso. Father had drunk some wine on the way to the market, and his car was overturned due to intoxication, and all his clothes were floating in the river. Macedo sees this and helps his father and gathers all his clothes again. This makes his father very happy, and when he finds out that Macedo has no home, he brings him to the church with him. Father gives him something to eat and tells him that he will have to stay in the church as a mute deaf. Otherwise, the church sisters will trouble you a lot. The next morning, Father introduces Macedo to Sister Maria and says that I have brought a man who is an expert in everything. But he is a mute deaf, so I have brought him here so that he can work instead of fools. Hearing this, Maria also puts him to work. Now from that day on, Macedo starts working. But Sister Alessandra and Fernanda did not know that Macedo has been put to work. So, Fernanda comes running to him, she scares him with an axe, and asks him who he is. Only then Sister Alessandra brings Maria, and Maria comes and tells her that this is her new gardener, whose name is Macedo, and he is a mute deaf. Hearing what Maria said, Fernanda leaves him. After this, we see Sister Maria and Alessandra, where Maria tells her that the clothes you sisters knitted together were forcibly snatched by the robbers. I am sorry that your hard work has gone in vain. But from now on, to increase the work of knitting clothes, we will bring some more people so that more clothes can be made in less time. After this, we see Alessandra working with an old nun named Viola. But during this time, the frame of making clothes breaks. So to fix it, she starts going to Macedo. But then Sister Ginevra sees Alessandra leaving and secretly keeps an eye on her. Alessandra tells Macedo to fix that frame, which Macedo starts fixing. But Alessandra starts venting out her anger that she does not want to live here and does not want to work as a seamstress. She wants to get out of here and live her life well. But even while listening to this, Macedo does not give any expression because he is mute in front of everyone. Alessandra also knew that Macedo would not be able to hear anything and would not be able to say anything to anyone. After this, at night, Macedo's father comes to Macedo's room and asks him, "How was your day today?" Because the sisters here are a little quarrelsome, which can be a little difficult to work with. But Macedo says, "Yes, some sisters are really quite quarrelsome, but I will take care of my work." The father says, "Don't worry, they won't hurt you, but whatever happens, keep telling me and stay mute in front of them so that they won't get too confused with you." While Fernanda is reading something in her room, someone throws a stone in her window. So she opens the window and sees that her childhood friend Marta has come to meet her. After this, the two go to Alessandra's room and the three of them start drinking wine together. In a while, Sister Ginevra also comes there and everyone starts having fun together. Then while drinking, they also start talking romantically. Marta tells them a lot about the boys and tells them that it is a herb which can be used in a special way to attract boys. And while listening to all this, the other three also have a lot of fun. The next day when Macedo is working, Alessandra comes there and tells Macedo, "I have made this handkerchief for you." Then she starts wiping Macedo's sweat with the handkerchief and sits next to him and starts talking to him. Actually, after listening to Marta's romantic conversations last night, she had naughty thoughts in her mind. So while talking to him, she suddenly kisses him. So that Macedo also starts enjoying with him, but then Macedo gets scared when the church bell rings. And Alessandra also quickly goes to the church to pray. But while praying, Fernanda notices the soil on Alessandra's scarf and nails. In the next scene, Ginevra and Fernanda are washing clothes. That's when Alessandra comes there, who looked very happy. She says to her, "I had a lot of fun last night." Fernanda asks, "What are you doing here? And how did your clothes get so dirty?" To which she says, "I was helping that new gardener with his work, which made the clothes dirty." Hearing this, the two do not believe because Alessandra did not do any work. But Fernanda was very cunning. She knew that Alessandra was definitely hiding something. Then we see Fernanda and Marta in the jungle who are looking for that herb. Then she boils that herb and makes a liquid. After that, Marta puts 2 drops of that liquid in Fernanda's eyes and then cuts her finger and puts a little blood on her cheeks. But all this is hidden by Ginevra. After that, Fernanda and Marta go to Macedo's room, where Fernanda scares him with a knife. Then the two of them try to attract Macedo towards them. Macedo finds all this strange, that what is she doing with him? But gradually, he also loses his control. After that, the 3 of them enjoy this. Then after their work is over, the 2 come out of the house. Then she comes there and meets Ginevra and asks, "What are you 2 doing here?" To which she does not give any special answer and makes an excuse and leaves. But Ginevra understands that she is hiding something from him. The next morning, the head father and bishop come to the church and welcome Father Tommaso and Maria. On the other hand, Macedo goes to Alessandra's room and the two of them enjoy again. But in the meantime, Sister Viola comes to the room which they could not notice before. But suddenly Macedo looks at her and says something to which Alessandra is shocked. But when Viola comes, both of them get scared and Alessandra helps Viola and Macedo hides under the bed. They were lucky because Sister Viola could not hear, so she could not understand their actions. Later, Macedo leaves the window without making any sound. The next day, Ginevra sees Macedo resting and starts making herbs to attract him. But instead of putting it in her eyes, Ginevra drinks it. Then she takes the blood out of her hand and puts it on her cheeks. Then Alessandra comes to Macedo's room and asks him why he lied that he was dumb. In the meantime, Alessandra goes to a corner and Macedo pretends to sleep. Ginevra gets addicted to herbs and sticks to Macedo and starts doing weird things. But when she hears Fernanda's voice, she also hides and goes to the corner where Alessandra was already, and both are shocked to see each other. Then Fernanda comes to the room and ties Macedo's hands and blindfolds him. Then she takes him to the forest, but Alessandra and Ginevra hide and follow her. Then when they reach the middle of the forest, it was already night. They see that there is fire in the middle of the forest, and there are many girls dancing without clothes, and they had tied Macedo to their hands. Alessandra asks them what they are doing. Ginevra says, "I once read about this kind of ritual in which by sacrificing humans, some girls get the power of a witch." And here we know that Fernanda used to do all this, and now Marta is also involved in this. Marta and Fernanda are about to sacrifice Macedo. Then Macedo says, "Out of fear that leave me." Hearing this, they also know that Macedo is not dumb. In the same state of intoxication, Ginevra also takes off her clothes and starts dancing with those girls. And seeing this, all the girls start running, and Marta goes and argues with Ginevra that why she has come here. Meanwhile, Fernanda is about to sacrifice Macedo. Then Alessandra reaches there and snatches the knife from Fernanda and saves Macedo. While Ginevra and Marta are fighting, Ginevra hits Marta with a stick and makes her unconscious. Then wearing her clothes, she runs towards the church with a donkey. When she reaches the church, she shouts that Fernanda is a witch. Hearing all this, Father Bishop comes out. So Ginevra comes and tells him that Fernanda is a witch. Meanwhile, Fernanda, Alessandra, and Macedo also reach there. Alessandra tells her father that she is lying, and today she took that herb and is talking nonsense in a state of intoxication. But Ginevra says, "No, I am not lying. They are together, and they have become intimate with this herb." Hearing this, Father Bishop calls Maria and brings her out, and asks her what is happening. Then Father Tommaso also comes out of Maria's room. Seeing this, everyone is surprised, and Father Bishop also understands what was going on in this church till now. The next day, Father Bishop one by one punishes everyone and asks Gerda to apologize. And Father Tommaso gets the biggest punishment because he took the wrong advantage. He is sent to such an ashram as punishment where only men live. And Macedo is again handed over to Lord Bruno where Lord's soldiers imprison him. After this, we see three sisters who apologize to each other. Sister Ginevra also tells Fernanda, "Forgive me." Then all three start thinking about Macedo that Lord Bruno might kill him. So she makes a plan to save him. On the other hand, Lord Bruno had imprisoned Macedo, and then he comes there and says, "I have tied my wife to dogs and wild animals so that she gets a painful death. And now it's your turn, but I will not kill you, and I will keep you alive and torture you even more." Saying this, he leaves. After this, Macedo requests those soldiers to set him free, but they refuse, and on the contrary, they make fun of him. Then after a while, the soldiers see a candle on a tortoise and follow it. Actually, the tortoise was left by the sisters, and as soon as they leave, all three sisters come and take Macedo out, and instead of her, they keep a statue and put Macedo in the clothes of the sisters. Then they take him to the forest. They see Maria there who comes with the donkey to meet Tommaso, and both are very happy because they fell in love and they could not stay away from each other. In the meantime, they hide after hearing some voices, and then Fernanda sees her donkey. How did this donkey come here? But Ginevra takes him away from there. Then after their departure, Maria and Tommaso come out, and they had understood that those three sisters had got Macedo released. But seeing their mischief, they look at each other and smile, and both start going away from there together. And with this, the story ends here. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.